Hi, it's Danielle. So, I don't know whether you can tell today, but today's session is going to be carving your own pumpkin. And then afterwards we're going to be using the pumpkin, the middle bit of the pumpkin, to make a nice pumpkin, a spicy pumpkin soup. Okay, so you can either play and explore with the insides of your pumpkin. If you don't want your pumpkin soup after, you can just do the first bit. Or you can save some of it, or you can use two different ones. You can play with it and then cut up another one to use that for your soup. But first of all, we're going to say hello. So I've got my drums and my bells ready. Let's go. Hello, hello. Can you clap your hands? Hello, hello. Can you clap your hands? Can you clap them fast? Can you clap them slow? Can you clap them loud? To say hello, 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 hello. Can you bang your drum? Hello, hello. Can you bang your drum? Can you bang it fast? Can you bang it slow? Can you bang it loud? To say hello, 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 hello. Can you shake your bell? Hello, hello. Can you shake your bell? Can you shake them fast? Can you shake them slow? Can you shake them loud? To say hello, 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 hello. To everyone. Hello, hello. Let's have some fun. It's time to carve our pumpkins. Right, so I actually don't think I can remember the last time I carved a pumpkin. So this could go right or it could go wrong, really. So, as you can see, you need to decide what face you want your pumpkin to have. So it might have different moon-shaped eyes, triangle eyes, or you might want to leave the little pupil bits in. That's what that's going to look like after. You need to decide whether it's going to have a nose. This one's got a square nose, but these two don't have any. Mine's going to have teeth and a big nice mouth. This is going to be a really happy pumpkin because this one's going to be Brooks later on. This one's an angry pumpkin with a zigzag mouth. You need to decide what shape. People are getting really clever with their pumpkin carving now. And they're doing all sorts with them. But I quite like the normal shapes and the normal funky faces of pumpkins. So for my pumpkin, I think I'm going to do just a nice simple round top, okay? So I'm going to stick it in, so it's hard, so you're going to have some help to do this, but you just need to keep digging it in and trying to cut right round so your pumpkin top comes off. It's very hard. I'm going to go round and round, right round the top, because this is where afterwards you're going to be able to put your candle inside. You need to be able to lift the top off and get your candle inside, so that then at night time when it's outside, it's going to glow up and all the light's going to shine through the holes that you cut out. Okay, so this one's the hardest because it's still got all the filling inside, but we're going to take that out in a minute. So there we go. That's my lid. But don't get rid of your lid because you're going to need it after. Yeah? So if you want to make it a little bit nicer, there we go. That's my lid out of my pumpkin. Now, we need to get out all of that middle. Okay, so you can see all the seeds. We need to separate all that. Right, so I think it's just going to have to get your hands in there, I'm afraid. We're going to get our hands in and we're just going to pull it all out. Now I've got a tub here that you can start playing with if you want, or you can put it in a tray or just on top of the table and get your hands in there. If you're struggling to do this bit, a bit like Danielle is. Okay, you're going to pull it all out. But I think you're going to need help with this bit. So if you get the help with this bit, got lots and lots of seeds in it though, look. Got all those seeds. lots of seeds. Slippery slimy, you've got to try and pick them up when they're so slimy. But you can play with everything you pull out. Okay, you might need to get the knife in there to get it all out, or a spoon. So just keep working your way until your pumpkin is empty. So once you've pulled out all of the middle bit and you got it all into a separate pot like this, you're going to have to then start cutting out the shape that you drew on at the beginning. So this bit's really hard again, so you might need some help to do it. But you just need to cut round the black lines that you've put in and pull them all out. So you'll start to see, look, woo, starts to go right through to the middle, and you'll end up with your holes that the light's going to shine through after. So I'm going to carry on doing my mouth now, and then I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Right, so now you can see I've carved out the 2 eyes and the mouth that I wanted on my pumpkin. So then, later on when it goes dark, you can light your candle, which you'll put inside, put the lid back on, and then it will glow when it's outside or in your window. So now you can give that a go at home and try and carve out your own pumpkin with its own unique face, and you can send me in your photographs and videos of you doing it. Now it's time to make our spiced pumpkin soup. Right, so for this part of the session, we're going to be making a spicy pumpkin soup. Okay, so you could have either used the stuffing from the pumpkin that you've taken out when we did the carving, or you could just get another pumpkin and use the filling out of that. It depends whether you've played sensory with it or whether you wanted to save it to the side. Okay, so we're going to attempt to be making pumpkin soup now. So I'm going to follow my instructions here that I've got. And I've got all my ingredients here, so they'll flash up on the screen in a minute so you know what you need and the amounts, and then we'll get cooking. 1 white onion, 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter, 2 cloves of garlic, 1½ teaspoons of curry powder, 3/4 teaspoons of cumin, a small pinch of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of coriander, 2 bay leaves, chicken stock, salt and pepper for seasoning. Right, so now you know your ingredients and you know the amounts that you need. I'm going to put a little video together of putting it all into the pan, and I'm going to show you little videos as well of what's happening in the pan. That way you can see what it looks like as it's all coming together. So, first of all, you need to put your tablespoon of butter in the pan, which is in there already, and then you're going to add the onions, and you're going to leave them cooking until they go nice and soft. So I've used 1 onion, like it said on the ingredients. So you've got your butter and your onions going in first. So as you can see, the butter's now melting. So I'm going to add my onion into the pan. I'm going to give it a little stir until they go nice and soft. I'm going to leave them to cook now until they go nice and soft. So, as you can hear, the onions are now sizzling and cooking away. I'll show you again what they look like just before we put the garlic in. But next to go in is the 2 cloves of garlic. You can also, if you want, put 2 teaspoons of ginger in. But we're not a massive fan of ginger in this house, so it's not going to go into this one. But if you wanted to, you could put 2 teaspoons of ginger in. So I'm going to show you that in a minute in my pan once the onions have got nice and soft. So now you can see that the onions have gone lovely and soft, and they're still cooking away and sizzling nicely. Next, I'm going to add the 2 cloves of garlic. And then we're going to give it a little stir. Mix it all together. And then you're going to leave that cooking again for just another minute. And we'll move on to the next stage. So the next stage is to add the curry powder, cumin, coriander and the cinnamon and a little bit of salt. So we're going to do that now with the measurements that were on the screen before. And I'll let you carry on. So I can't hold the iPad over the pan and put the spices in, so I'm going to do it this way. So it says you need a little pinch of salt. I'm going to put my salt in. Just a little pinch. Then you need your teaspoon, and you need 1.5 teaspoons of the curry powder. I'm going to put them in. 1.5. And I quite like this, so I'll probably put a bit too much in. Right, so the next one, you need 3/4 teaspoon of the cumin. Okay, so just 3/4 teaspoon, in it goes. And then you need 1/2 teaspoon of the coriander. And then we're going to give that all a little mix and cook them again just for another minute, just to get them coated around all the onions and let those spices just get a little bit cooked in the pan. Okay? Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add the pumpkin, the stock and the bay leaves into the pan. You're going to mix it all together, and then you're going to let it cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. Get it up to the boil and then turn it down, and then we'll come back to it after. Next, you need to blitz it until it goes into a pureed soup. Next, add the cream and mix together. Voila, spicy pumpkin soup. So as you can see, we've done our carving pumpkins and we've made our spicy pumpkin soup. Okay, so I don't know whether yours has turned out a lot better than mine, but even if it doesn't turn out just the way you want it, you've still explored all the different senses, and you've used your hands to get into the pumpkin, and you've smelled all the different spices. You've felt everything, you've mixed, you've made it, you've done everything you can possibly do in the kitchen. Okay, so if it doesn't turn out right, you can just play with it all and have a really good messy time. And if it turns out really good, you can eat it, but mine didn't, so I think I won't be eating mine. So have a go, experiment, explore, see what you end up doing, and send me some pictures and videos and let me know how it's gone. Bye!
Together each day, walking in our classrooms and then going out to play. We used to meet to sing and to pray, and